hate me for this, but I unfortunately think it's true. In dating, I think it's very appropriate.
She said that women should have a roster while dating. Translation, I'm justifying other women breaking other men's hearts, leading them on, and hurting them because I do the same thing, and I don't want to take accountability and call myself a bad person because that's exactly what I am. I'm intentionally hurting other people, and I don't care because I know there are other women out there who will support what I do, even if it's a small percentage. Why the heck would you have a roster? Are you even trying to attract the man that you want? If it doesn't matter to you now, it's going to matter to you later. But now you have a reputation of whoring around with guys. Having a roster means you're flirting with guys. That's whoring around. And who knows what else happens, right? Because I know girls that have rosters and I see what they do.
She most definitely cooked them with this.
Women have longer rosters than men do.
So, people think they don't, but they do, bro.
Hey, camera, yeah, dude. If you're talking to a chick and you think she doesn't have a roster, you're a fool.
Is it true that girls have rosters?
At times, yes.
Are you single, Taken?
I'm not single, so I don't have a roster.
Okay, but when you were single, did you have a roster or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and like usually, what's the number of it?
Probably like 5.
Like 5? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not that many.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Yeah, at this point, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I literally feel like Michael Jordan in 1992 playing a pickup game with a bunch of high school students. But I got to keep saying this because a lot of women don't seem to listen to what we're saying. As men, we find rosters disgusting. This is one of the primary reasons a lot of us is checked out of serious relationships and the dating game. And there's a really, really, really pertinent reason why we aren't dating, aren't looking for anything serious, and aren't trying to touch you. A lot of it has to do with your roster and what comes from that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Cue the intro. Welcome back.
I'm back, ya golden taxes.
If this is your first time finding my channel, the name of my channel is in the intro. Who am I? I'm Unc L. You call me Unc for short. Why? Because I'm old as hell and I'm somebody's uncle. And I'm the uncle that tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Rest in peace, Pops. Miss you every day. Y'all gotta forgive me. I've been kind of slacking on creating content. You saw I uploaded. If you haven't seen them, I uploaded some shorts. I had to put in the compressor on a residential central heating air unit. I've had this is my 4th job in a week, and it's been like 99 degrees outside. I still been going to the gym. Long story short, I'm almost 50. I'm slacking, but I'm also old, and I've been getting money. YouTube don't pay like HVAC, not yet. With all that out the way, I'm back with another one. Another reason men have checked out of the dating market is because the amount of women with rosters and subsequently the amount of STIs that are coming from said rosters. I'm not finna ramble on about that. If you would, give me a like, give me a sub, give me a share.
Tell me what y'all think in the comments.
Help! I'm trying to get to 1,500 subs, y'all. Shout out to my day one subs and shout out to my new subs. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. With all that out the way, let's get into the content.
I'm not gonna lie, women are funny. Women will be like, I don't have nobody, or ain't nobody talking to me.
You liar!
And they would have them a roster full. Women would have a roster full, and because you're not the top 3, or you're not that bookie butt that she really like, ain't nobody texting her. Women will have a man who's very persistent every day texting, and she be like, oh, he lame, but I don't even really be entertaining him like that, but he's steady texting me, like the steady on my line, whoa. I mean, homegirl, you're giving him a little bit of attention. The thing is, y'all be like, well, I barely text him, but you text him. So in his mind, he has a chance. So if I continuously to show her that I'm interested in her, maybe one day this little bit would turn into more. Maybe one day this little bit would turn into a date or turn into a hangout. But you really mad at Bookie Butt, the one that you like. The one that you like is inconsistent. He's doing whatever. He's hitting you up on his time. You really mad at him and you want him to be like Mr. Persistent. So because Mr. Persistent is not him, he lame.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb.
Women are now being blind to this reality. So they're thinking like, oh, I could be feminine and I could do everything else. But if my body count is high, guys just have to accept that.
Wrong. Wrong.
That's just guys being picky. No, it's nasty what you're doing. Guys cannot stomach women who have no dignity and self-respect like this and no respect for their bodies and are loose with their bodies with a whole bunch of men. It sickens them. They are not putting a ring on that.
Message.
What if she ticks every box and then the only flaw is the body count?
Then she can't tick every box because one of the boxes is not having high body count. So when you have a high body count, it says to us, man, you make bad decisions because you decided to give out something that's supposed to be valuable to multiple men. Okay. And the more you give it out, the less to us, maybe not to other people, to yourself, the less valuable we consider you to be.
Right. Isn't that looking for perfection?
No, it's not. It's looking for a girl who makes good decisions and doesn't decide to get run through by Chad and Tyrone.
That's facts, man.
Yeah, what that last British cat said was 100% on point. Yeah, ladies, the more men you let into your body, the less we respect you, because it's not hard for y'all to get men. And women are not judged on the men that they can get. Women are judged on the type of men that they can keep. You understand? If we see a chick that had a dude take care of her for 7 years, and if she got a kid, it's by him, your value on the dating market is higher than a chick that's got 5 baby daddies in 5 years by dudes with tattoos on their face, and 3 of them is locked up. One of them is a Crip, the other one is a Piru, one of them might be a Latin King. Hell, one of them might be a Tonga Yakuza these days. I'm rambling. Let's get back into the content.
They've done studies on this where a girl that was a virgin or had a body count under 5 significantly decreased chances of divorce versus the more bodies they had, higher increase of divorce. Why? Because she's constantly comparing you to other guys that she's had.
You ask majority of women if body count matters, and most likely than less, they're gonna say no. But you ask a man the same question and the answer is gonna be entirely the opposite. Does a woman really wanna be known for being so easily accessible? According to family studies, the chances of divorce after 5 years of marriage actually jump from 5% to 35% after having 10 bodies. It's more likely a woman will have more trauma the guys she sleeps with before she gets married. And that comes with a lot of other consequences that we don't care to teach the younger generation when they listen to modernized music and social media.
Fuck my baby dad. Bow, 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 bow. That's that booty me.
Ladies, would you be embarrassed if you walked into a room with your body count on your forehead?
So, if body count doesn't matter, if it shouldn't matter, what is your body count?
I would prefer not to say. I also prefer not to say. Just out of respect for my family.
For the family. Who's the gangster who's going to actually come in and share? Go ahead.
Yeah, I would rather not say. Obviously, I'm not going to say.
What?
One girl starts off the domino effect. Go ahead.
Good. I won't say. I'm sorry. I prefer not to say.
Even though you guys say body count doesn't matter, your refusal to share it would indicate to me that it matters. You know it matters, and that's why you refuse to share it.
It sounds like it matters to you.
Would you believe her if she even told you what it was? If she said, my body count is 2, would you believe that?
Multiply it by 3, and that's the real number. So let us assume for a second I wouldn't. Don't you think that it's rather suspicious if a person says that body count does not matter, but then when asked, they say, I don't feel comfortable sharing it? It sure sounds like they think it matters, right?
Yeah. Or maybe it doesn't matter so much that they don't care to share it.
That just makes no fucking sense.
Well, then if it didn't matter so much, they didn't care to share it, it would matter so little that they wouldn't care to not share it either, because it doesn't matter. That's what doesn't matter means. If it doesn't matter, then that means it doesn't matter.
Yeah, women tell us all the time that we shouldn't care about body counts and body counts doesn't matter, and they use sign language and say we're insecure if we care about body counts. Yet, when you ask them what their body count is, they won't tell us the truth. They won't tell us the real number, and they'll say it's because of how men judge them, or they'll say it's because their family might look at them a certain way. Well, doesn't that mean body count matters?
I thank you.
And here's the real reason, or I should say one of the main reasons why body count matters to men. There's a lot of nasty shit floating around out there.
This is HIV prevalence
of people who currently have HIV. 1 million cases in 2022 and 1.1 million cases in 2023. Where should our attention be focused on, Black community? The Black homosexual male population in 2023 had 200,000 cases alone. In 2022, they had 193,000 cases alone. But heterosexual Black men in 2022, 48,000 cases, prevalence rate. In 2023, 49,000 prevalence rate. Black women, 115,000. It's 115,000 in 2022, 117,000 for Black women in 2023. And this is the HIV prevalence rate, not for 1 year. This is everybody that's currently living and getting treatment for HIV, either diagnosed or undiagnosed, okay? What I don't understand is I know Black women are very close to homosexual Black men. Why don't y'all have these conversations amongst each other?
No, he's got a point.
Homosexual men, Black women, and then heterosexual Black men in third. HIV diagnosis in 2022 for African American male ages 13 years and older, male to male MSM contact. Their number was 8,828. HIV diagnosis 2022 for African American females ages 13 years and older, heterosexual contact 3,181 cases. And then right there at the bottom, Black men ages 13 years and older, heterosexual contact, 1,518 cases. This is where the problem is. There is one particular group that the Black community needs to be concerned about. And it is the gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men.
He ain't lying.
MSM were the population most affected by HIV in the United States.
Brother, what's that?
MSM, men who have sex with men, accounted for 67. Y'all heard me? 67. 25,422 of new HIV diagnoses in the United States and 6 territories and freely associated states. Black/African American men who have sex with men accounted for 35%, 8,831 of the 37,981 new HIV diagnoses, and 35% of diagnosis among males. This is what the new cases look like.
Hey, y'all better stop having unprotected, because y'all better wrap up, close your legs. It is over 200,000. 200,000 people just in Texas and Houston that tested positive for HIV.
What the fuck?
Apparently in Houston, Texas, there's over 200,000 people that has HIV and STD. That's scary. That's scary and nasty at the same time.
At this point, you niggas just want a wet hole and a good time.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, here we go. About to blame it on the dudes. You know what's funny? These women are blaming on heterosexual men when it's the down low men that are giving women, like possibly women she knows, and other women the disease. I want to make sure that that is clear before we go any further into this video. Don't blame heterosexual men. Yes, it can happen here and there with heterosexual men. Not gonna lie, it probably could. But for the most part, it's an abundance of DL men that these women love hanging with that are spreading HIV AIDS in cities like Houston and in Atlanta. That's a fact.
That's the fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack.
Because I've talked about this before, because a lot of people couldn't understand, well, why is the focus always on heterosexual Black men when we know that homosexual Black men are the ones that's actually spreading HIV the most in the Black community? And Black women are right there in the middle. Why is that? The Black community likes to place a lot of things on the heterosexual Black men population because for some odd reason they don't like to see us win. It is what it is.
That boy is good.
Man, shout out to the homie Medium Man. I call him Baby Hulk. I've watched some of his workout videos. He's younger than me, but I work out 5 days a week. You know what I mean? My diet ain't like his though. But man, I feel he's one of them big. He's one of them dudes. I feel little when I refer to him. Enough dick riding. Shout out to my guy Medium Man for coming with the stats. I'm gonna link his videos in the description. Go over to his videos. He has links to every statistic he quotes, he has a link so you can go directly to it and check his receipts. Yeah, this is the main reason that black men in particular, but a lot of men in general, have checked out of dating. Because a lot of women keep, not all, some, keep having sex with a small group of men, and those men are like passing around STIs with y'all. And we know that y'all are having sex with them dudes. We know y'all are doing it. Y'all admit it. That's what y'all say y'all look for. The dudes with 7, 8, 9 baby mamas. No, we're not fucking behind them dudes, young ladies, old ladies, medium-aged ladies. We are not fucking behind them dudes.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
And that's just the truth of it. And that's one of the contributing factors to why men have checked out of the dating market. I'm not going to keep running my mouth. If you would, give me a like, give me a sub, give me a share. I sure appreciate y'all for showing up. I see you on the next one. Toodles.